Hey y'all, I'm Mandy and this is Mandy in the Making. Today I've got 4 more Bisquick recipes for you. I've done a couple of these videos in the past. I will link them below, and you guys have said that you really enjoy them and you wanted me to do more. So here we are. So for our first recipe today, we're just gonna jump right in. This is gonna be the Impossible Crack Chicken Pie. We're gonna start out by, I've already got my griddle warming up. I'm going to cook some bacon. I'm gonna pre-cook some bacon. I'm gonna cook more than what the recipe calls for because we just love bacon in this house, but let's do that first. So we only need 1/3 cup of crumbled bacon, so I just made a few extra pieces just for us. But I also need about 2 cups of cooked chicken that I have kind of pulled apart or chopped. So I'm gonna work on that while my bacon is cooking. Okay, to get started, we are gonna preheat the oven to 400. To my bowl here, I'm gonna add in 2 cups of cooked chicken, my 1/3 cup of chopped bacon. I've got about 1 cup of shredded cheese here. We're gonna put half of it in now. And we need 1/2 cup of bottled ranch dressing. I'm just gonna eyeball this, but we need about 1/2 cup. So about half of this bottle. We're just gonna mix all of this together. And this is gonna go in the bottom of this pie plate. Now this is a 9.5 inch. The recipe calls for a 9 inch. I do need to grease this first. Okay, let's push this to the side. And now we're gonna mix up our Bisquick ingredients. I need 1/2 cup of Bisquick mix, 1 cup of milk, and 2 eggs. We're just gonna whisk this until it's well blended. And now we're just gonna pour this over top of our chicken mixture. Okay, now this is going in a 400-degree oven for about 25 minutes, and then we'll take it out and sprinkle the remaining cheese on top and bake it for another 3 to 5 minutes. I got chicken for you. We like that. You want some cheese now? Want some cheese too? Okay, this is going back in for just a few more minutes. Okay, so hopefully I'll have Steven do a taste test here in just a few minutes. I really like this. I feel like it needed a little more seasoning. So I sprinkled a little Auntie No-No's on mine just to add a little more saltiness to it and a little more, I don't know, just a little more flavor than what it had. I really think this is a great option though, and I feel like it reminds me very much of a quiche. It's really good, very tasty, and I think your family will love it. Good morning. Yes, it's morning here, hence the no makeup and the hair a mess, but I'm gonna make breakfast for us and I thought I would share it since it's another Bisquick recipe. These are gonna be Bisquick biscuits, but they are Bisquick cinnamon biscuits, and they're reminiscent of Hardee's cinnamon and raisin biscuits. However, I'm not gonna be adding the raisins just because I don't have them, but feel free to add maybe 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of raisins to this to make it more like Hardee's cinnamon and raisin biscuits, which I'm pretty sure they got rid of, didn't they? I'm pretty sure they did. It was a very sad day. As always, I'm gonna leave the recipe below in the description box, and it will show you how to make your own cinnamon sugar, like the proportions that you need. But I'm just gonna use this. This is Mr. Stick's cinnamon sugar. I love Mr. Stick's. We've used their seafood seasoning, their herb and garlic seasoning, which is like our steakhouse seasoning. And then they also have the cinnamon sugar, which is like their breakfast seasoning. So I'm gonna use this in place of making my own cinnamon sugar. Let's go ahead and preheat our oven to 425. To get started, I'm going to measure out 3.5 cups of our Bisquick mix. I'm going to be adding about 3 tablespoons of this cinnamon sugar mixture. And we're going to add in 1 cup of water. I'm going to add it in maybe half first and mix that through and then add the rest. Yeah, definitely should not have used a whisk. That was not a smart idea. Hold, please. Okay, these are too dry, so we're definitely gonna add some more water. I was reading the comments on this recipe. This recipe has been around for a long time, apparently, on the web for maybe around 10 years on this particular website. And people were going back and forth as to whether their biscuit mix was too runny or if it was too thick. So I had a feeling I was gonna have to kind of fill this out. So do whatever you feel like is the right consistency. That's better, but I'm still gonna add just a tad more water. So I'm gonna say I probably did 1.5 cups of water total. Yes, that's much better. Okay, let's take these over to our baking sheet. Instead of taking them over to the baking sheet, I just brought the baking sheet over here. How about that? Okay, so I have 12 there. I do have a little bit of the dough left. I have a really small baking sheet. I'm gonna go grab it. It only made 2 more biscuits, but I didn't wanna waste that dough. So we have a total of 14 biscuits. These are going in the oven at 425 for 8 to 11 minutes. You just wanna keep an eye on them. Now, while we wait on those to bake, we're gonna make our icing to go on top. I've got this bowl here. I'm gonna add 3 cups of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of softened butter. You don't want it melted, but pretty soft is great. A 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 cup of whole milk. I'm just mashing up that softened butter as I go. It's pretty easy. Okay, our icing is ready for the tops of our biscuits when they come out. Okay, these look pretty perfect. They took right about 10.5 minutes and I pulled them out. You want them to be starting to turn a little golden brown. So now let's top them with the yummy icing because y'all know that's the best part. I still have a little bit of icing left over and these are all iced and ready to go. I tasted the icing before I put it on and oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So let's eat these. This looks amazing. The inside is perfect too. Let me move this out of the way. It's super soft on the inside. Reminds me so much of Hardee's biscuits. I would love it if it had raisins inside. Put the raisins in. Oh my gosh, it's so good even without, but I think that would just take it over the top. I cannot wait for the guys to try this. I am filming this video during the week while Steven is at work in the office and he is super slammed. So he didn't give you his opinion on the first one. He's not gonna come in here to give you his opinion on the second one because he is slammed right now. I took him one of the biscuits and he loved both of those. I'm making another recipe tonight for dinner and so he should be able to do a taste test and then he'll give you his review on the other 2 as well. Sorry, it's out of order. We just gotta work with what we got. Okay, it's time for our 3rd recipe using Bisquick. Tonight we are making a chicken enchilada bake. This is using the other half of the rotisserie chicken that I used yesterday. And I've already shredded my chicken and shredded my cheese. And that means I have an audience of 1 on the floor right here who has been crying. You're not gonna cry on cue? Gracie, you want some cheese? Huh? First things first, preheat the oven to 375. Now I've got my 9x13 pan or dish and I'm gonna spray it with some nonstick spray. I've got this medium-sized bowl. We're gonna add 2 cups of Bisquick mix and we're adding 1 cup of water. Let's just mix that around. And now we're just gonna take that Bisquick mix and spread it in the bottom of our dish. Now I'm just gonna rinse out this bowl and we're gonna reuse it. Now in this bowl, we're gonna add some enchilada sauce. The recipe called for green enchilada sauce. My grocery store didn't have it, so we're gonna go with red. A can of cream of chicken soup, 2 cups of diced cooked chicken, 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. And I've got 2 cups of shredded cheese here. We're gonna put about half of it in now. And let's just mix all of that together. Now let's just put that on top of our Bisquick layer. And we're gonna top it with the remaining shredded cheddar cheese. Now I'm using cheddar cheese. You can use whatever, Monterey Jack, pepper jack, a Mexican blend, whatever you want to do. I just had plenty of cheddar on hand, so that's what I'm using. This is going in the oven just like this, uncovered, for 30 minutes at 375. Okay, to go with our dish tonight, I'm making my friend Christy's recipe, but instead of using zucchini, I'm having to use squash. I just had some on hand. I planned on using it another way, but before it went bad, I ended up not using it the other way. Before it went bad, I decided to use it tonight because it's, I mean, zucchini and squash are pretty much kind of the same thing. So I'm making this side dish. I will have it linked below. It was a subby supper before, but it's on my website. It's very, very simple. He has no clue.
I don't know what this is.
So wait, before you do this.
Tell me something.
Yesterday you had the chicken bacon ranch.
Chicken bacon ranch.
Lunch thing.
Yep.
What'd you think about that?
It was good.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But he agreed with me it needed the anti-no-nos.
Gotta have some no-nos. Gotta
Yep.
put some stuff in there.
Okay. What did you think about the cinnamon biscuits this morning?
They were good.
They were
They
very
were good. Like the icing on top too. Nice touch, but it was really good.
Cole really liked those too.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That is really good.
Is it?
Yes. Spicy. Oh, I love that. Got the spicy in it. There's something else that's really got some punch to it.
Well, it's got the enchilada sauce in there.
This is really good.
Good. He was craving Mexican tonight. He was really wanting to go to a local Mexican restaurant. I said, no, I'm cooking. But it just so happened that I was cooking a Mexican-inspired dish. What about our side dish over here?
It's delicious.
That's Christy's recipe, but I didn't have zucchini. I used squash. Good? Sweet. Cole, are you enjoying? See? Oh, no. Oh, see.
That's a 2 thumb upper.
Gracie, what do you give it? Luda. Honey. I know. You already had some. I know. Can't have it now. Spicy. All right. There you have it.
That is good.
Chicken enchilada bake. It smells delicious. Okay, y'all. It's time for our 4th recipe using Bisquick. This one is a dessert. It requires me to bake a little bit, which intimidates me, we know. But I've gotten a little bit better. I made those double chocolate muffins. If you missed that video, it was last Tuesday's video. And those have turned out, I've made them twice now and they've turned out great. So I'm building my confidence, slowly but surely. Today I am making an impossible French apple pie. I do have some vanilla ice cream to go along with it. This is gonna be delicious. One of Steven's favorite things is an apple pie, some type of fruit pie with vanilla ice cream. So I should get 2 thumbs up if I do the baking part right. Let's give it a try. Okay, we need to preheat our oven to 325. Okay, I've got my pie plate here. This is a 9.5 inch. You can use either a 9, a 9.5, or a 10. I'm just gonna grease it really quickly. We've got 3 Honeycrisp apples. I'm going to peel them and slice them. Okay, so I have sliced my apples and I'm gonna add them to this bowl here. Now we're just gonna toss them in some spices. I've got some cinnamon here. We're gonna use 1 teaspoon of that. And then you could use apple pie spice if you have it on hand. I don't. So I'm gonna use a 1/4 teaspoon each of allspice and ground nutmeg. Okay, let's just toss this around until they're all coated. Okay, that's all we have to do there. Now we're just gonna put this into our pie dish. Now let's put this to the side. We're gonna bring this bowl back and just reuse it. Okay, to this bowl, we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of Bisquick, 2 large eggs, a 1/2 cup of whole milk, a 1/2 cup of sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter, and it is softened, And then the recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, but I just have regular salt, so you half that. So this is 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Now we're just gonna whisk all of this together. It is gonna be a little lumpy because you don't have melted butter. Do you see the butter hanging out in my whisk? Let's get that out. Your butter is obviously softened, not completely melted, so it's gonna be a little lumpy. Now we're just gonna take this and pour it over our apples. Okay, I put that to the side. I've got another bowl here. We're going to make our topping. So I've got some chopped pecans. You need a total of about 6 tablespoons. We are gonna reserve a couple of tablespoons. So I'm gonna add 4 now. We need a 1/2 cup of Bisquick, 1/4 cup of light brown sugar packed, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. You want this to still be cold. And you can either use your hands here, but I have a pastry cutter, so that's what I'm gonna use to try and get crumbles to form with this. My bowl is really skinny at the bottom, so this may not have been the best bowl to choose. That's not working out so hot, so we're gonna go in there with my hands. Just washed them, we're good. Just trying to kind of squish that butter in with the Bisquick. I think that's pretty good. Now let's just put this all over the top of our pie.
Are you making a pie?
I am making a pie.
Oh boy.
Apple pie.
Yum.
I have vanilla ice cream too.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
It's gonna be a good night. Okay, and those last 2 tablespoons of chopped pecans that you reserved, you're just gonna put that on top. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some. There we go. This is going in a 325-degree oven for 40 to 45 minutes. This just came out and it smells divine. We're gonna let it sit here for like 10 minutes before we dig in.
Man, this looks exceptional.
I will tell you, it doesn't, that first piece came out okay, but that mine came out more like just like a crumble, but that's okay.
Mmm. Wow.
So are the apples done enough?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is good. Pecan flavor, apples, some of the cinnamon, good texture with the Bisquick stuff you made, and then ice cream.
Tillamook ice cream at that. One of your favorite desserts right there. Okay, I'm about to eat mine, but I've got to give a little girl a little bit of vanilla ice cream. Yeah. Oh, like it. So where's the rest, Mom? Yeah. Thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed getting 4 more Bisquick recipes. If you missed my first couple of videos where I shared a total of 8 other Bisquick recipes, I will link all of that below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And if you haven't already, I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Hit the red subscribe button before you go. And if you're wanting to look for more recipes, my other Bisquick recipes, and maybe just some dinner recipes, be sure to check out my website. It's www.mandyinthemaking.com. Thanks, y'all. See you next time. Bye. Did you get it? Or did you drop it? Ow! That didn't work out so well. All right, I gotta wash my hands and I'm gonna make dinner. I do have some vanilla yogurt, vanilla ice cream. Now we're just gonna toss them in some spices or some seasonings. Spices? Is it spices? Why am I having a brain fart? Yes, this is spices. Wow.
Show me something. Thank you. Alright, talk to me. Tell me something good.
Tell me something good.
What is this cat doing?
Want more ice cream?
Gracie, what is it?
Okay, ready?
Alright, tell me something.
Get down. Get down. Okay. We ready?
I'm ready.
We're ready. Thank you.
What? No, I didn't do nothing.
You
That's
went.
not my fault.
I can just see you behind the camera.
Okay.
This is why I was going to record it by myself.
All right.
Okay. Okay, this is dumb.
Let's go. You're in a goofy mood, aren't you?
Yeah, everything's funny. You know, like when you're in church and something will tickle you and you're not supposed to laugh, but then it's even funnier because you know you're not supposed to laugh.
Yeah.
Okay.